Namaste to all students. Pushpa Petia, myself Devi Dr. Khushbu Verma, Faculty of Agriculture and Veterinary Science. Today we will discuss about gene sequencing methods, and this session is related to course recombinant DNA technology of program BTech FBT and BSc BT 6th trimester. First of all, we will go for the introduction. So DNA is the hereditarily material written in four-letter code of nucleotides. Sequencing or reading the genetic code has become of increasing interest to the scientists, and RNA sequencing is the earliest form of nucleotide sequencing, complete genome of bacteriophage MS2. Knowledge of genome organization was basically based on reverse genetics. What is the need of sequencing? So, to understanding a particular DNA sequence can shed light on the genetic condition and offer hope for the eventual development of treatment. An alteration in a DNA sequence can lead to an altered or non-functional protein and hence to a harmful effect in a plant or animal. Simple point mutations can cause altered protein shape and function. Here we can see the table. In this table on the left side, codon results in particular amino acid sequences and codon changes. For example, GCA for LA and AGA for arginine, GAT for aspartate. So here we can see like codon change make no difference in AA, means reductant code. Like here is A, but if we put small, if we put here G, so there is no kind of a change in the amino acid sequence coding. But if codon change result in different AA sequence, means if we change here, like we replace G with the A, so here it was producing arginine, but here lysine it will reproduce. So there is a difference. So we can say that by the point mutation we can change, we can alter the amino acids or protein structures. Next one is DNA, a nucleic acid made up of four similar chemical bases like A, T, C, G that are repeated over and over in pairs. DNA sequencing is determination of the order of the nucleotide bases. What is gene? So distinct portion of the DNA that codes for a type of proteins or for an RNA chain. What is gene sequencing? So gene sequencing is a process in which the individual base nucleotides in an organism's DNA are identified. Basically, gene sequencing is DNA sequencing means nucleotide sequencing means base sequencing. However, not all DNA sequences are genes, means coding regions, as they may also be promoters, tandem repeats, intron regions, depending on the organism and the source of DNA sample. Genomes, complete copy of the chromosomal and extra chromosomal gene instructions. Genome sequencing, breaking the whole genome into small pieces, sequencing the pieces and then reassembling them in proper order to arrive at the sequence of whole genome. What is genomics? So sequencing of genomes determination of the complete set of proteins encoded by an organism and functioning of genes and metabolic pathways in an organism. So these are some terms which we know before the starting this session. So that's why I'm giving here the definition about these some important terms. So next one is the different sequencing procedure. So first one was introduced in 1973, which was wandering spot analysis. It was given by the Sanger et al. He developed this analysis with his team. So in this process, DNA labeled with P32 at 5' and digested with the snake venom phospho Diesterase sequentially removes nucleotides from third and all the fragments containing radioactive label. Fragments are subjected to electrophoresis. Homochromatography is performed. Partial digest of DNA fragment is applied to cellulose acetate strip at pH 3.5 buffer. Electric field is applied across the strip. Nucleotides G and T tend to have negative charges at this pH, with and AIC tend to have positive charges. And fragments shorter by virtue of the loss of T will move more slowly towards the anode pole, since they lost some of the attractive cathode charges and so on. And result is that loss of T and G causes a mobility shifts towards the left, while loss of A and or C causes a mobility shift to the right. Fragments are found by means of photoradiographic detection of locations of radioactivity in form of dark spot. A line is drawn connecting the longest spot to the next longest, and so on. These lines indicate the increasing number of nucleotides removed from the original fragment. Next is the chemical cleavage method. It was given by the Maxam and Gilbert in 1977. In this process, the single-stranded DNA fragment to be sequenced is N-labeled by treatment with alkaline phosphatase to remove the 5' phosphate. The labeled DNA fragment is then divided into 4 aliquots, each of which is treated with a reagent which modifies a specific base. First is aliquot A along with dimethyl sulfate, which breaks at guanine. Second is aliquot B along with acid with pH 2 and break at adenine and guanine. Third is aliquot C with hydrazine, breaks at thymine and cytosine residues. Fourth is aliquot D along with hydrazine and salt at cytosine. The four are incubated with piperidine, which cleaves the sugar phosphate backbone of DNA next to the residue that has been modified. Load the reaction on polyacrylamide gels exposed to X-ray films for autoradiography. It yields a series of dark bands, each corresponding to a radio labeled fragment from which the sequence may be inferred. The dark autoradiographic bands on the film will represent the 5' to 3' DNA sequences which lead from bottom to top. The base calling interpreting the banding pattern relative to the four chemical reactions, and for example a band in the lenses corresponding to the C only and C plus T reactions would be called a C. If the band are represent in the C plus T reaction lane but not in the C only reaction lane, it would be called a T. The same decision process would obtain only for G and the G plus A reaction lanes. Next one was the chain termination method. It was given in 1977 with the Sanger along with the steam, and in this process uses dideoxynucleotides which resembles the normal nucleotides but lack the normal OH group. Here we can see the difference. Here is the normal nucleotide, but here OH is missing here on the third carbon. Now we will discuss about the major steps. So first is template DNA, primer annealing, complementary strand synthesis, labeling for the detection of fragments, chain termination using DT and TP, and resolution on denaturing page and visualization of bands by autoradiography. First of all, we will discuss about the template DNA, which is single-stranded DNA. The template for a chain termination experiment is a single-stranded version of the DNA molecule to be sequenced. There are several ways in which it can be obtained. First is DNA can be cloned in a plasmid vector. DNA can be cloned in a bacteriophage M13 vector. The DNA can be cloned in plasmid. PCR can be used to generate single-stranded DNA. So the first step in the copying process is the pairing of a primer with the homologous sequence on a segment of DNA. DNA polymerase is attached to the primer and begins copying the DNA strand. DNA polymerase uses a mixture of nucleoside triphosphatase to synthesize a new DNA strand. D-deoxy nucleotides are mixed at a low concentration with normal nucleoside triphosphatase. Occasionally, one is incorporated in place of normal nucleotide triphosphate. When it happens, the new DNA copy is terminated. Because they lack the OH, which allows nucleotide to join a growing DNA strand, replication stops. Here we can see the difference, like if we attach DDG, so it will not have OH groups. That's why it will stop the replication from till here. And polymerization reaction containing deoxy and dideoxy forms of the NTP generates a fragment with different size ending with dideoxynucleotides. So here we can see it will stop replication here, and fragment generated due to dideoxyguanosine triphosphatase phosphate termination reaction contain G at the third dash end. Here we can see this is the primer, and by the process we will get the different size fragments. Here G will attach here and will stop the reaction. Here G will stop here, and in this reaction it will stop here. Fragment generated due to cysteine triphosphate termination reaction contains C at the third dash end. Here we can see fragment generated due to dideoxy adenosine triphosphate termination reaction contain A at third dash end, and it will lack OH group. That's why it will stop the replication process, and it will stop the growing of new strand. Here is a primer. It can generate the different size of fragments. If DD ATP will attach here, so it will stop in the starting. Here, if it will attach here, so it will stop and it will create this fragment and this fragment and this fragment. Fragments generated due to dideoxythymidine triphosphate termination reaction contain T at the third dash end. It will create like these fragments with different length. When the resultant fragments are electrophoresed on a gel, they will be separated by the size. So here we will put for DD ATP resultant mixture, here DD GTP, here DD TTP, here DD CTP. Samples will be loaded, and different size of fragments will be separated from each other on the basis of their size. Higher weight, higher length fragment will be stopped in the migration, and it will stop near the well, and lower size fragments will move towards the anode because move towards the end of the gel, and this will be the direction. And now we will discuss about the reverse complement. So the sequence that is read from the sequencing gel is a reverse complement of the template strand. Because of complementary base pairing, the anti-parallel nature of the double helix. Thus, the first base added to the newly synthesized strand corresponding to the shortest fragment on the sequencing gel is complementary to the extreme third dash position of the template strand immediately adjacent to the side that the primer hybridized to. What are the advantages over chemical cleavage method? So unlike Maxam-Gilbert method, each lane would be base specific. Autoradiography is same, but base calling is easier. The sequence fragments on the gel were the complement of the actual template. A major improvement unshared in by the Sanger sequencing was the elimination of some of the dangerous chemicals like hydrazine. Efficiency is more than chemical cleavage method. when dealing with nucleic acids, enzymatic processes are more efficient than chemical processes. Now we will discuss about the cycle sequencing. So cycle sequencing is a modification of the traditional Sanger sequencing method. The principles are the same as in Sanger sequencing. Dideoxynucleotides are used in a polymerization reaction to create a nested set of DNA fragments with dideoxynucleotides at the third dash terminus of each fragment. The key difference is that cycle sequencing employs a thermostable DNA polymerase which can be heated at 90-degree temperature and still retain activity. The advantages of using such a polymerase is that the sequencing reaction can be repeated over and over again in the same tube by heating the mixture to denature the DNA and then allowing it to cool to anneal the primers and polymerize new strands. Thus, less template DNA is needed than the conventional sequencing reaction. Furthermore, the repeated heating and cooling can be done in the DNA thermal cycler. Advantages: so work with a single stranded DNA and double stranded DNA and thus eliminates the need of M13 phase. Requires only small amount of template. Can be set up in micro titer plates or micro tubes. Can use internal labeling with P32, P33, S35 or with the 5' and labeled primer. Can be adapted for rapid screening. Now we will discuss about the high throughput sequencing. So the high demand for low cost sequencing, development of high throughput sequencing parallelize the sequencing process, producing thousands or millions of the sequencing at once. An alternative to primer labeling is labeling of the chain terminator, a method commonly called di-terminator sequencing. In 1986, Laurie Hood et al suggested radioactive labels, autoradiography, and manual base calling were all replaced by fluorescent labels, laser induced fluorescence detection, and computerized base calling. Now we will discuss about the di-terminator sequencing. So labeling of the chain terminator DD and TT permits sequencing in a single reaction. First of all, primer is labeled with one of four different fluorescent dye placed in a separate sequencing reaction with one of the four dideoxynucleotides plus all four deoxynucleotides. Each of the four DD and TP chain terminators is labeled and with the fluorescent dyes, each of which with different wavelength of fluorescence and emission. After completion of the reaction, the four reactions were cooled and run together in one lane of a polyacrylamide gel for the sequencing. A four-color laser induced fluorescence detector scanned the gel as the reaction fragment migrated past. The fluorescence signature of each fragment was then sent to a computer where the software was trained to perform base calling. The di-terminator sequencing method, along with automated high throughput DNA sequence analyzer, is now being used for the vast majority of sequencing projects. Set the stage for automated high throughput DNA sequencing. Here we can see the dye label. G is attached with here. Chain termination with DDGTF TP, here DDATP, here DDTTP, here with DDCTP. Here we can, in the gel picture, here what the products would look like in a separate gel lanes. For G, it will be look like A, T or C. If we put all the samples in a one well, here what the products would look like in a single gel lane. It will be look like that. Now we will discuss about the capillary electrophoresis. It was given by the Shedlon et al. In 1990. Capillaries are small of 50 micrometers meter inner diameter dissipate heat very efficiently, can be run with much higher voltage, thus lowering the run times. Load the sequencing reaction into the capillary. Apply a constant electrical current through the capillary and have the resolved fragments migrate past an optical window. A laser would excite the dye terminator. A detector would collect the fluorescence emission wavelengths, and software would interpret the emission wavelengths as nucleotides. Here we can see the diagram. It is this fluorescent label for DDA, here for DDC, here for DDT, here for DDC, G. And all DD NTPs are labeled with different fluorescent labels. We go for the sequencing reaction and fractionation of the products, and this is the detector which is the basically imaging system, and fluorescent bands will be shown and move past the detector. So we will get these kind of peaks, and it will help for the automated sequencer. And this is the automated sequencer. We will get the capillaries. Now we will discuss about the pyrosequencing. Based on the sequencing by synthesis involves taking a single strand of the DNA to be sequenced and then synthesizing its complementary strand enzymatically. Solutions of A, T, A, C, G, and T nucleotides are added and removed after the reaction sequentially. Inorganic PPI is released as a result of nucleotide incorporation by polymerase. The released PPI is subsequently converted to ATP by ATP sulfurylase, which provides the energy to luciferase to oxidize luciferin and generates the light. Light is produced only when the nucleotide solution complements the first unpaired base of the template. Because the added nucleotide is known, the sequence of the template can be determined. Here we can see the flow diagram of the pyrosequencing. Now we will discuss about the sequencing by ligation. DNA ligase is an enzyme that joins together ends of the DNA molecules. Sequencing by ligation relies upon the sensitivity of the DNA ligase for base pairing mismatches. Oligonucleotides are annealed and ligated. The preparental ligation by DNA ligase for matching sequences result in a signal informative of the nucleotide at that position. Here we can see the props, and it will we can detect by the props. Now we will discuss about the sequencing by hybridization. So it is a non-enzymatic method that uses a DNA microarray. A single pool of DNA whose sequence is to be determined is fluorescently labeled and hybridized to an array containing known sequences. Strong hybridization signals from a given spot on the array identifies its sequence in the DNA being sequenced. Next generation sequencing methods are like mass spectrophotometric sequences, direct visualization of single DNA molecules by atomic force microscopy, which is AFM, and single molecule sequencing technique, single nucleotide cutting, readout of cellular gene expression, use of DNA chips or microarray or nano sequencing. Some commercial sequencers are here, which is Rochelle 454 FLX pyrosequencer for pyrosequencing, Illumina genome analyzer for sequencing by synthesis, Applied Biosystem solid sequencer is for sequencing by ligation, Helicos, Heliscope, and Pacific Biosciences Smart for zero mode waveguide. So these are this is the sum up of this session, and this session is powered by Digital Version 2.0, Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Hope you are satisfied with this digital session. If you have any query, then mention in the comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.